Climate change is widely acknowledged as one of the most pressing issues facing humanity today. The damage that we continue to cause to the planet is having a catastrophic impact on nature and people alike. However, the burden of climate change has not fallen equally across the world. It is the world's most vulnerable communities, the ones who have the lowest carbon footprints, that are suffering the most at the hands of climate change. In many cases, this is due, in part, to lingering colonial legacies that have left these communities disproportionately exposed to the adverse effects of climate change. On this slide, for example, you can see that countries like Zambia and Malawi, which have been experiencing severe droughts, increased temperatures, and flash floods as a result of climate change, emit a fraction of the CO2 that we do here in the UK. This has led to the emergence of the climate justice movement, comprised of grassroots organisations and activists who are calling for climate policies which reflect existing vulnerabilities and capabilities. Furthermore, how climate issues are framed dictates not only how they are perceived by the public, but also how they are responded to by academics and policymakers. So then when it comes to climate change, framing really matters. My dissertation examined the potential of poetry to frame climate change in a way which centres this principle of justice. Using data from interviews with poets whose work addresses climate justice issues, in conjunction with analysis of poetry, I explored what role, if any, poetry could play in the climate justice movement. The main findings from my research indicate that poetry has unique powers in its ability to build empathy in the reader, using imagery and humanization. The data also suggests that poetry is an important tool which can draw attention to and problematize climate injustices in an engaging manner. I put forward an argument for the increased incorporation of poetry and other post-colonial art forms in discussions around climate change, in order to facilitate a more just framing of what is a deeply monumental and multifaceted challenge.